right. Okay, good. Hi, friends. Welcome to my Sacred Sunday reading. As you guys all know, as customary for me to say each and every time, Sacred Sunday is my favorite brand of reading for my channel. It's literally my signature in the heart of my channel. Every Sunday, I get down and I channel a message directly from source, do it live, um, and it's a lot of fun. This is my personal time for me to connect directly to Father, to Source, to the energy that oversees all, whatever you know him as, universe, God, whatever. I know him as Father. So every Sunday I get down here and I channel a direct message from him and, from his helpers as well. So for this Sacred Sunday, I think I named it Your Walk with Source. And one of the things that I felt guided to say today was that everyone's walk is different. Um, a lot of times, a lot of people have like an idea of what and look, here I am already getting choked up. Have an idea of what success, what abundance, and what everything looks like for you or like for themselves. And a lot of times, like success is usually measured by a societal standard, but that's more so an illusion because not everyone can reach the same level of success that society places upon us. That okay, we did this thing. Now what you gonna do next? Don't get complacent. Don't be happy here. Like now you gotta go and do this, and this, and this. But life is really meant for you to live it at your own pace and to really just have the fun that you're meant to have. The point of life is the journey and not not the destination. And that's a very like paraphrased quote, but to me I found that's a quote that's actually very, very relevant and one that could in fact be very divinely inspired. Enjoy the journey and not the destination, because oftentimes when we reach a certain destination we can never take the time out to enjoy it, because it's always a new height that we want to climb, a new thing that we want to achieve. By nature, human beings are ambitious. Well, at least most of us are ambitious. We have that desire to create and to manifest and to bring in newness into our life each and every day. But one thing that I want to tell you guys is that your walk is special. Your walk is at its own pace. So if you are one of those people who notice that other people are like succeeding all around you and you feel a little bit behind, like, maybe you're this age and you don't have like a home or a car or, a husband or a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, don't worry about all that stuff. Because the thing, even though like it's easier said than done, but all those things will come to you in your timing when it's right for your walk. Only thing you gotta do is just give other people their kudos. Like, yay, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I wish nothing but the best and for more to come into your life. But then focus on your walk and your path and realize that you're gonna get probably not even the same things that they're getting. You could be destined for more, or you could be destined for whatever is like perfectly appropriate for your life, for your walk, for your path. Just remember that comparison is the thief of joy. I said it before and I'm going to say that again. Comparison is the thief of joy. If you're so busy looking over your shoulders, looking over to your left and your right, and seeing what everyone else has, you forget to water your own garden, to tend to your own grass, to make sure that your own house is in order. And that's something that I really have to say here. Don't fall into the energy of comparison. Don't fall into the trap of the matrix of believing that you need to have a lot of money to be deemed successful, that you need to have this many degrees or have a master's here or do this or do that. No. Success is going to look different for each and every one of us. And the key here is to figure out what success looks like for you. To really sit down, connect with yourself, and really feel and really get to the sense of what you think success looks like for you, for your walk, for your path. One of the biggest things that I really had to wrestle with recently, and that I really overcame and like really got to a good place about, was the fact that I feel like I'm more so behind in my life. Like, I'm definitely not where I wanted to be when I was a kid, setting up, dreaming up my dream life. Um, in fact, I always see people that are younger than me or people the same age to me so much more successful, moving ahead, and things how at least I feel that or felt that things used to just come so much easier for other people than it do for me. And even if that is true, there's a reason why things have to come at the pace that it does for me in my walk, because I'm meant to go deeper, to learn more, to really live these experiences. And that's something that I became really, really comfortable with my walk with Father, with God, with Source, with the divine. And I challenge you all to become comfortable with your walk, to not really covet what other people have, to not really push yourself to achieve what society thinks that you should achieve. Push yourself to achieve what you think you should achieve, what feels right for you, what brings joy, harmony, and love into your life. One of the biggest things that I've been dealing with ever since I started this YouTube channel, and thank goodness I actually reconciled this energy, because it not really being able to like accept this has really almost caused me to quit like multiple times, was just seeing just how seemingly easy it was for people to just put, brainless readings out there with no with with generic titles and end up with, thousands of followers. But, it's just because it's just how the world works. People are, uh, at least nowadays, are more attracted to simplicity, to people that are more closely aligned to their vibration and their frequency. But being a little bit more higher vibrational and not really wanting to bring your frequency down to them, but try to invite people to come up higher, can really like isolate you. And it is not a recipe of success for a YouTube channel, because this is very much a matrix thing. But one of the things that I had to really get comfortable with was my own walk and my own vision with doing this YouTube thing. I could very easily just sit down here, give you guys, a good a good 1 hour reading on something that I deem just like mundane or just, a little lower vibrational. And I could probably do very well if I actually did like those kind of readings. Um, and I've actually proven it to myself on this channel here. When I did the What Do People Think About You reading, that's literally my second most watched reading. It would have been my first if Noonie didn't like give me a shout out, and thank you Noonie for this. Didn't post one of my videos onto his channel. And that got, of course, because he's one of those people with thousands of viewers, that ended up getting me like at least 1,000 views. So when I tried my own hand at, popular YouTube topics, I did extremely well. And I wasn't surprised, you know. I'm not surprised, because I know that genericism and unoriginality sells, because people want something that's accessible and to their level, and no one really wants to come higher, to really try something new, to listen to something different. They really want to know what other people think about them. They want to know who's talking behind their back. They want to believe that they're important enough to have people come together and throw black magic at them. So, that's what's popular. That's what sells on this thing. But my biggest channel, I mean, my biggest challenge, because now I'm more so secure with this, was being different, bringing different levels of light, bringing different levels of love to the YouTube game. And that's why whenever I do my readings, I try to do things different. Try to come up with innovative readings that, test me as a creator. I Even just like the last reading that I did about the relationship compatibility, I used I said I was going to start calling in this. I used the Supreme Original Spread. And what I mean by supreme original spread is that it was a spread that I crafted, because this is part of my creativity here is I design spreads. That was one of the first things I started doing when I did tarot card readings, and it was something that really allowed me to express my creativity, was creating and drafting tarot card spreads. And one thing I noticed is whenever I do readings where like I actually sit down and craft my own spreads, like I did with the Your Hero's Journey reading, that was a spread that I crafted. The relationship compatibility is a spread that I crafted. Um, Either way, I just really wanted to tell you guys, like, don't be afraid to stand out, to be an individual and to be different. Because hey Zippera, because the pressures of the world is always going to come together to try to get you to conform, to align with it, and to like really just do generic and basic things. And like I said, on my channel, I don't do generic reads, at least not often. I might do it if I run out of like innovative ideas. I might just, give you guys, a simple like reading that you can find anywhere else on YouTube. But for the most part, I do my best to be different. And even if that means that my success is going to come at a slower pace, that I'm not going to be like one of those people that can get like 1,500 followers in like 2 3 months just from putting out basic titles. Well, I might do the basic title things just to work with the algorithm, but just uninspired readings, then so be it. So all this is just to say that your walk with source is meant to be your own thing, and really connecting deep to yourself and figuring out what your walk is supposed to look like, what your trials and tribulations are, is going to be super important for you. And just learning to accept them and to surrender to the experience of your life. So with that out of the way, I did want to pull cards as well. I did feel like I had to like go on that tangent and talk for a while about like what does it mean to have a walk with source. But we can pull out some cards and see what other messages wants to come out. Um, I'm using my the Prophet Oracle cards for this one. I felt guided to pull them out for this. And again, shout out to Zoe for the cards. And I've been told to pull 3 of these. So let's see what comes out. It's too many. It's this one. Okay, I got you. Oh, and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for sitting down, watching, and supporting my channel. I did forget to give grace and thanks for everyone that's here, or even the people who are just going to be watching after the live session is over. Thank you. I appreciate your continued support, whether you guys comment, whether you guys just watch, whatever it is that you guys do. I'm thankful and I'm grateful. All right. Wow. Okay. Funny. All right. So I pulled 4 cards, even though I was told to just pull 3, because the last card that came out like really, really spoke to me. Maybe I can set them up like this. Yeah, this looks cute. All right. So the first card that I pulled out was the ocean always laughs with the innocent. Then after that we have enter the temple invisible. Tell it not in words. And then finally, the soul walks upon all paths. So this is what I'm seeing here is all about, because it says laws, prayer, talking, and self knowledge. And this was literally almost everything that I was talking about. With the ocean always laughs always with the innocent, this is about like really enjoying your life. Like really realizing that the universe, when you go out to play, the universe comes and plays with you. Like you're never alone. The ocean always laughs with the innocent. Like nature itself will really come and support you if you're living in a vibration of light, of love, and of fun. And this is what I was talking about with being on your own walk, really just surrendering to the journey and just enjoying the process, enjoying the journey and not really being heavily focused on the destination. Taking time off your path to go and play by the ocean, to watch the clouds, to rest, to relax. In today's society, we're always like really conditioned to just like try to achieve, like hit every single pinnacle, hit goal after goal after goal. But really taking the time out to rest, to relax, to just enjoy the success that you've created for yourself tends to be frowned upon. You tend to get looked at as lazy, unmotivated, unambitious when you decide to just take the time out for yourself and to just enjoy what you built so far. But this card is here to tell you that when you take out the time to enjoy and play, the universe comes and joins with you. It very much enjoys that energy of light, of laughter, of enjoyment. Take the time out to do it. The next we have the enter the temple invisible, which is about prayer. This is about making sure that you guys stay connected. And like I was saying, like in the earlier part of like my of this reading was or this channel message was that when you guys like take the time out to connect with yourself, to really find out what your walk is meant to look like for you, to connect to the deepest part of yourself and ask yourself, what does my walk look like? What does my path means for me? Enter into your invisible temple, the temple that's inside of you, the temple that houses the I am, the source energy inside of you. Go in there and talk with yourself and really figure out what it is that you want. Because remember, I was talking about your life path. The soul walks upon all paths. This card in and of itself is like actually very deep, and I actually like the artwork on it. The soul walks upon all paths is about self-knowledge. This is knowing that you are a multi-dimensional, multi-talented person. Like each and every one of us has the capacity to do almost anything that, the next person, hey Yana, has the capacity to do what even the next person can do, or what the person before you can do, or the person after you've done. Like your soul is so expansive. And this is about not really just limiting yourself to one thing. It's taking the time out to get to know just the complexity, the depths of your soul, and to know that you can really walk down anything that you want to do. Like for me, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, but I kind of lost my passion for it. I feel like I learned what I needed to learn, just to be able to like effectively communicate and understand people on a good enough level for me to have basic empathy. So with that done, a new path that gonna walk down now is the path of science. I really want to like become an engineer. Um, I've always had a proclivity for science. Not really too good at math, but I'll learn. I can pick it up. But it's all about knowing that like I'm talented enough to do it. I can do it. Knowing that your soul will support you on any path that you decide to take as long as it's not filled with evil. So yeah. And this is tell it not in words. Like there's a lot of this card always like trips me up, but I think I get it now. But tell it not in words. This is all about like really making sure that you are about what you say. Like instead of just sitting down and talking about the things that you want to do, instead of just sitting down and dreaming about the things that you do, show it with your actions. This is about being a leader. Like with the tell it not in words, be a leader in your life. A lot of people like have their idea of leadership, but to me, a leader is someone who does, who do. I don't consider just someone who can give a fancy speech a leader. If that leader is giving a fancy speech, but they're not living up to the example, they're not living up to the what their speech is talking about, then they're just a fraud, a charlatan, if you will, to me. One of the biggest things that I try to do in my life is I don't get on here and tell you guys anything that, I don't do in my own life. When I tell you guys, hey, let it go and give it to God, that's because that's how I live my life. I don't get on here and just like really try to lecture or talk down to anyone. I inform and I share a lot of my experiences. Even though a lot of people tend to think that, I don't share my experiences, that I'm not vulnerable. I tell you guys what I'm going through in very low key ways. I really do. Because I will not tell you anything that I myself do not practice. I really don't. And that's just something that I'm really getting here with the tell it not in words. Live your life for you and live your life through action. And not just through words, through just talking about and expressing and just thinking of ideas. Go on and do them. Your dreams and your dreams will never manifest if you just sit around and talk about it all day. You got to put the action into it. And it was 2020 when I seen that, when I said that too. So let's see, what else can we get here? These Khalil Gibran cards, man. I really love the artwork on them. You want to add to my message, Father? Or are we taking this in a different direction? Let me know. Okay. Ooh. I like that. I like that. I like that. Let me see. What does it say? It says, I just seen a title that stated millionaires don't become millionaires by mistake. Ah, I like that. Don't become millionaires by mistake. No, they don't. They do it with action because they took the steps to become a millionaire, unless they were just born into money. But for the most part, self-made millionaires, no, they don't just accidentally become one. They have a dream, they have a passion, and they go forth and they act on it. They don't sit around and just talk about it. They do it. I'm gonna get one more card, and then I'll share the message that I got for you guys because I actually really like it a lot. Okay. So I pulled the Four of Pentacles, the Fool, Judgment, and the Eight of Pentacles. And what this is telling me, like very clearly, because I saw with the Four of Pentacles and the Fool, that this is about just coming out of your shell. Like I said, like really just coming out of just like this mentality of like, I have to do this, I have to do that. Like really just holding really, really closely and really tight the values of this world, allowing yourself to just release it and to like just go out onto the path of renewed vigor, like really just allowing yourself to like have an open and playful and childish mind, because the ocean always laughs with the innocent. This is about not really holding yourself back from the energy of like fun, of joy, of being so studious and focused all the time. Like, this is really about the energy of just allowing your spirit to be reborn, to express itself, to know that your soul walks upon all paths and that you can always walk on those paths with your soul, allowing yourself to free yourself from the shackles of I hate saying the matrix. Well, I like saying it, but I don't know if a lot of people understand it. But like allowing yourself to free yourself from the shackles that the matrix has like really placed on you. I really feel like this is like a higher order message to get into the energy of fun, to just surrender to the journey, to surrender to your path in life, and not just sit around and, try to focus on what is it that I need to achieve? What is it that I need to achieve next? What is it that I got to work on next? Allow yourself to be a fool sometimes, to just enjoy where you are right now. Even if it might not seem like the most comfortable, like it might not seem like you have a lot, you're not particularly abundant right now, you got to hold on to every little dollar and penny that you have. There's still ways for you to go out into the world and to just enjoy what you have right now. And you can do that through the energy of gratitude, through play, through fun, and through laughter. And I feel that very strongly. I feel like I'm gonna get one more of these tarot cards as well. I don't know why I feel like there's one more that wants to come out. Is it this one? No. Okay. The Knight of Wands. Being ambitious, well, not ambitious, impulsive, fun. Like to me, the Knight of Wands is like also like very fun. Cause the Knight of Wands, like he is just like going and going and going. Like sometimes he don't even know where he going himself. Like he just like on his horse and they just like riding off. And look, we even had another knight at the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Wand and the Knight of Swords. To me, this is all about just forward movement, just like having being focused and determined to have just impulsive fun. Like there's also this energy of duality here, just like making sure that you have fun, but also remain focused on just your path. Because as I said in the beginning, like comparison is the thief of joy. Be great, like give people their kudos, like congratulations, I'm so happy. Give them their well wishes and do it sincerely. But focus on your own walk, on your own path, on what it is that you're going to build, what it is that you're being called to do. Here with the judgment card, focus on what it is that you're being called to do. Don't worry, don't keep your eyes focused on what other people are working on. Just remain diligent, focus on your path, on your journey, and surrendering to the beauty of it, to the divinity of your path. Because remember that everyone's walk is different, but everyone's walk is sacred. We are an aspect of the divine, of the source, expressing itself in many different ways. And one thing about the divine, about source, is that it likes to have fun, and not all walks are going to be the same because it wants to experience many different things of the human experience, and not just one thing over and over through different eyes. I don't know why that came to me to say that, but it just did. So let's pull some more oracle cards. I really feel like this is just a really light energy. Let me see. Yeah, I was thinking that this message was going to be really deep, but really it's just like, have fun and focus on your own. Real simple message when I really get down to the nitty gritty of it. Look, I've been saying matrix, 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 the divine matrix. The interconnectedness, synchronicity, and I like that it says the God incidences. Instead of coincidences, it's the God incidences. Really looking at the divinity in your path, like I said. Being focused on the things that you want in your life and realizing that we're all connected through the fact that we're all expressions of the source. You can do what the next person do. Everyone's soul has the ability to do what the next one can because we're all literally one. Some people can do it to greater effectiveness than others, but the fact of the matter is we all have the innate talent, the innate ability to do the thing that the next person can do. So focus on what it is that you've been called to do for yourself in the divine matrix. And like I said, enter the temple invisible, this card right here that I placed literally at the top of the reading. Enter into the temple of visible. Connect to the divine matrix, to the divine source, and figure out what it is for you. Observe the synchronicities in your life, the signs that are leading you and guiding you, because they're there. If you just take the time out to look before you leap. Okay, to look before you leap. Is that right though? Hmm. Okay. I'll let it go. Because I feel like I'm going to start overthinking it if I really just get into it. I'm like, look before you leave. Wait a minute. But I'm going to let it go and just leave it there at that. Cut the deck. No. This this one here. Mm, right. The Anunnaki light codes. I pulled this before on Secret Sunday as well. It's the energetic shift, the new information, the end of a cycle. And here we even have the full card representing the beginning of something new information and an energetic shift. Like there's something really strong with people's energies right now. I even pulled it for myself. Like this is the time for us to like really start to really wow, funny, in the Akashic Records, which is about clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Very much like the judgment card, releasing past lives and the energy of freedom. Like really realize that this is the time for us to like really do things entirely new as a species of humans. Like we're in an age now where personal expression, self-expression can really get you a lot further, and our ideas of happiness are being redefined and Really? You want me to say that? Where our ideas of personal happiness are being redefined. We are starting at the very beginning of a shift as a society where we can redefine our personal morals and our values and finding out what it is that can truly bring us happiness and bring us closer to source. Our spiritual connection is going to be highlighted in this era more than it ever has in the past, not since the time of Jesus of Nazareth. Okay. And even after that, because one thing I'm being told is like directly after Jesus died, people went right back to the same old, same old. Like they started. Okay, I get it. Tongues started to come into the world, and like Father Spirit really rushed into the hearts of the people. People started developing spiritual gifts like almost instantly. They can decipher tongues, speak into tongues. People started prophesying, and that was like the beginning of like the opening of spiritual gifts for just like the everyday man. And I'm really feeling like that time is happening again. I'm hearing like the second coming. So we're really entering into like a new phase as a species where everyone is starting to realize that, their souls are so expansive. Whether they know it or not, those are a little bit high vibrational or getting those downloads or getting those downloads first. But everyone is starting to realize that they have a gift in some way and that they can do it. And this is time we were blessed to get to know this information first. So we get time to innovate, to trailblaze, to do something new, to clear the records of like our old past life cycles of like the past era and to shift into something brand new in our lives where we're more connected to Father, to Source on a very deep and personal level, where our spirits have been released, been freed, and we've been called up. So now it's the time for you guys to like really define your own personal sense of happiness. Figure out what your walk with source is supposed to look like and just stay on your path. Don't compare your path to other people because that's the quickest way to lose your happiness, your joy, which is very important in this lifetime. We didn't come here to just work and suffer. We came here to have a beautiful and well-rounded experience. And that's something that we all need to remember. You are free. Yes. And here we have the Shambhala initiations, which is about retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, and Dharma. The thing about Dharma is about walking your light, walking your karmic path. There's a reason why all this stuff is about a new end of a cycle, clearing old stories, releasing the past, and being connected to the matrix. This is a very like high level energy. That's why I love this deck, by the way. Shout out to Joey for this because this is like very high vibrational and it's like my energy. Like I get it. This is about like really allowing ourselves to like really walk into a new phase of our lives. Like I've been saying it before all through this channel that you're entering into a new phase, a new period, a new beginning. Trust in that process. Trust in what I'm telling you guys when I say that we're entering into a new beginning. Like there's a full system upgrade here, like an upgrade happening with the Hathor light codes. For those of you like my that looked at the personal love goddesses reading, maybe some of you guys might also can check out power number. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna keep it to myself. But yeah, Hathor just showed up recently in my energy, and here she is again with the light immersion, full system upgrade, and power recall. This is all about really coming into yourself and like really learning fully who you are, what you're meant to do, what path you're meant to walk. A lot of people are stepping into their dharma, their life purpose, their life path. And that was the brand new shift that was happening here. The age of Aquarius is really starting to kick off. And for those of you know, like the prophecy is that Jesus will return in the age of Aquarius. So and that's why I felt the need to mention the second coming and the judgment card and things of that nature. Father is about to make a brand new resurgence in people and into the world, and it's going to be in a different way than we ever seen it before. A lot of people are expecting a grand display, like a grand display of like a boom, a lightning bolt hitting in the middle of San Francisco, and we see angels flying out or something like that. Like no, Remember when Jesus arrived into the city of Jerusalem, I believe. I think it was Jerusalem, I could be wrong. He arrived on a donkey. And this is a parable that's been in my head for the past few days. Now I get to express it. He arrived on a donkey. Like, he didn't come in on no horse or anything like that with, a bunch of fanfare and service behind him. He came in humble with just a donkey riding on an ass. So don't expect, like, the resurgence of Father, of Spirit, of God in the world to be this grand old thing, because it's not. It's going to be something very subtle and very understated. The second coming is going to be something that that you feel, and not something that you can like observe until like it's practically done. I wasn't expecting a message like that to come out, but so it did. So just realize that you're entering into a brand new phase of your life where your gifts are being upgraded. A lot of people are becoming a lot more sensitive to the spirit, a lot more sensitive to the connectiveness that we all share as all being part of the one, part of source, part of Father. A lot of people are becoming more sensitive, and so are you. So now's the time to really allow yourself to be free, to free yourselves from the chains of this world, the morals of this world, and whatever it is that they try to implant inside of you, and realize that the only true path in this world is the path of your soul, the path that your spirit is meant to walk on. So connect to it. Go to your inner temple, pray, really figure out what it is. And instead of just talking about what your path is supposed to look like, walk it, live it, and remain focused on it. Because only then will you get to know the true robustness, the true joy, and the true happiness that is life. Because, like I said, life isn't meant to be a horrible experience like the people in the Matrix would have you believe. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. The universe is abundant, and so are you. You just have to shift your perspective to be able to see it in the right way. So, thank you for everyone who's came to watch this and people who are going to watch it even after the live. I appreciate all you guys' time, your effort, your support, and your love. And I hope that you all have a blessed day. Bye.